Okay, so I went inside to this leasing office. She said she was the only one working. I wonder if they need people to show apartments. And this is called The View. Okay. She said the one bedrooms are starting at $1,800. And the one bedrooms are what? Not even 750 square feet. Okay. 2 bedrooms are 2,200. 3 bedrooms are 3,378. Okay. So, yeah. Very very expensive since the last time I rented in Garland. Okay. They have some of these other homes here, right? Which is different. It's different. I don't know if they're like single resident or but look at this view. Just look at it. Just look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Very, very beautiful. Okay? And now that they built these homes here, they need people to occupy them. People with money to occupy them. For sure. Because, let's face it, if it costs $2,000 for a 1 bedroom, you're definitely going to need to qualify by making at least $6,000, right? And that's where your rent is like 1/3 of your income. Okay, so you're going to have to make at least $6,000, and you're probably going to have a pretty good FICO score and no evictions or felonies, and probably no bankruptcies. But it just depends. I think the bankruptcy is something that they might investigate onto what happened as far as the bankruptcy. Because some people, yeah, you don't pay your bills, but some bankruptcies, happen as a result of divorce, job loss, the business just, it just didn't have any profits, Yeah. So they sort of investigate. So this is some new homes over here. Okay. So here's the thing about these homes, though. You have a beautiful view, but you don't have no yard, none. That's the yard right there, and it looks like the yard is made up of fake grass. Matter of fact, I'm almost sure that that's fake grass. That's not even real grass. Okay? And look at this street. It's called Easy Street. Right? Now this would be perfect if you owned a boat, and so your boat was right here, and so this was like one of your homes right here. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, when I first moved here, I had already envisioned this whole area, blowing up as being part of a, retirement area. Look at that. See, that looks like an excursion going on, but who are in there? Senior citizens? And probably a relative or two. Yeah. So, let me see if it's only one way in and one way out. Yeah, I believe it's one way in and one way out. So they haven't really developed or redeveloped, this being a restaurant area. Okay, I think they done called it Sapphire Bay. I think they went ahead and changed the name, right? Yeah, because here, this sign out here, it says Sapphire Bay Marina. Unless I just didn't know the name to begin with. Right? But I believe I believe there was a name change. Right? When somebody bought this place, they were like gonna put their name on it. And look at here. They even got their own little police department out here. That says Dallas Police Department. Restricted police personnel only. Okay? Okay. So, beautiful place to live. Beautiful Bay Area. Okay? Easy day docks. Okay? They don't have any restaurants down here yet. So they're in the process of redeveloping this whole area because they definitely have to have some restaurants. Even though right across the way to Rockwall, they could have restaurants. But, you don't want to have to always go to Rockwall or Garland, to have to eat. And so it looks like they're making this exit area right here so people will have access to the highway. Okay? I don't know what this is. This looks like it's a business right here. That this is going to be a business, a commercial building. It looks like it's going to be a commercial building. Right? But like I said, I personally don't understand how they think it's sustainable to get people to move in somewhere that it doesn't have any stores. See, there's a commercial building down there too. So I only see 2 commercial buildings. So at best, so far, we're looking at 2 restaurants? Maybe? Right? That's weird, huh? Anyway. So let's go ahead across the bridge. Right? And true enough, once you cross the bridge, there's plenty of food to eat across the bridge. They got lots of restaurants. But this was the area that I had fell in love with even before it was developed. Right? And, you know, I was very optimistic. I was very invested, you know, into investing in a, you know, progressive, forward-thinking man that could see the potential of investing in this area. But that's not what I got. No. So, what did I get? Well, I understand that once you reach a certain age and you start to realize that, oh my gosh, you know, you're never going to be rich, right? So they're expanding the freeway right here, okay? They're expanding the freeway. And then when you're older and your body starts to break down and you start to feel weak and you start to feel like, oh, you can't do this and you can't do that, you know, oh, it's just a matter of time, you know, death is around the corner. Okay, I understand that. I do. Especially right now, okay? Because, you know, with the pandemic, with the economy, with, you know, bad relationships, you know, and having to always, you know, recreate yourself, you know, it's very difficult. And as you get older, you know, the optimism gets replaced with a sense of not being resilient enough. See, these are all new. All new. They used to have nothing but hotels here, and now they got condo galore, right? And so now we're over here in Rockwall, right? There used to be an entrance here where you could go, and there was like a little mall that you could go and you know, check out the Rockwall. It's like they had a little mall restaurant down here, waterfront. But it looks like, you know, they might have. Let me go down here. See, they plan on building another big condominium right up in here. Right? There's some brand new apartments over there called the Harbor Hills. Okay. Great big title company right here. So when people are buying and selling their condos, they don't have to go far. All right. Yeah. So there's an AMC down here. I see a Cinemark with lounge chairs. Okay. There's the Orr Steakhouse. All right. So let's see what Damn, another title company. Oh yeah. These guys have plans and buying and selling. So since they've changed things so much, I'm not sure how, to get into the lakefront the lakefront mall. I guess that would be it right there. Okay, so let's go in that way, because it says City Salon Suites, Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory, Dottie's Cajun Diner, and Ridgeline Management. And we already seen Cinemark was here. So they have retail parking, right? Okay. Yeah, Cinemark is right here. What else they got? So they got a lot of people out here and about. I don't know if where they're going, but there's people coming. There's people coming down here and walking around. So I guess some people are going to the movies. And here's where all the activity begins. Okay? All right. Oh yeah. So I have to pee. I think I'm gonna go up here and see if I can find some parking up here, since it looks like somebody just left. No. They're following. They're following people just like I thought about doing. Oh, I'm gonna follow these people and see if I can get their parking spot. And then as soon as somebody leaves, there's somebody to pull up in that space. So, yeah. I guess, this is the thing to do when you live over in this area. Is, you can either go to the movies, you can go to the movies. You can fight for a parking spot. And then, yeah. Is there parking up there? Why isn't there anybody parked up there if there's parking up there? That's what I want to know. So anyway, I could go down there and walk with these people, right? Oh, that's valet parking. So, yeah, that's why nobody's parked over there. It's valet parking. Now, you can park up here for free and walk down, because they say Harbor Public Parking. Okay? But I do have to use the restroom. Edward Jones, if you want to be down here and you don't want to go too far to get somebody to invest some stocks for you, there's Edward Jones right there. Edward Jones right there. There's a leasing office right there if you want to try to lease an apartment here on the waterfront. Okay? So, of course, these apartments would probably be even more expensive than the brand new ones that I looked at because of the location of having shopping, where the convenience of having entertainment, restaurants, shopping, for groceries, clothes, you name it. Okay? So yeah. Let me see. I think there's a gas station I can run into somewhere around here. So, like I said, this was one of the reasons why I had just fell in love with this area when I first got here. I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe I got here first. That's how I felt. And nobody would have known it would have, expanded the way that it did. We even got a Sprouts right there. But it did, right? It took a while, honestly, Texas was very, very slow at opening up and letting other people in. They still wanted their 100 acres and homestead, right? They wanted their homestead, even though, the government was telling them, look, we're not going to sponsor you as a farm. Nope. We're not going to allow you to have slaves. You're going to have to figure out just how exactly you plan on being a homestead. And so that was part of their dilemma, was how can they continue to be a homestead if they don't have, the government, giving them all of these concessions and fundings and tax breaks and, and definitely, outlawing the fact of, owning slaves or, maintaining, illegal immigrants, right? So that was one of their biggest dilemmas that they had to deal with. And since, it wasn't really quite working out for them, they decided to start selling, parcels of their land. They were like, well, if we're not gonna get tax breaks and we can't own, slaves, and we can't, cheat by having, illegal immigrants, just how do you expect us to cultivate all this land we acquired, right? So it was an uneasy change for them, uneasy change. And so as a result, they started welcoming people from the east and the west, right? You didn't have to be, and the north, right? You didn't have to be a southerner for them, to want to share their neighborhood with you. You could be from anywhere because, things has changed so much. That they can no longer sustain themselves as a homestead, with farmland. Okay? And even the logistics of transporting their crop became an issue because people were parceling out their land. Traffic was becoming a congestion problem. They had to try to figure out ways, to transport, their crops, their products, to other areas without getting caught in there's another chance. Without getting caught up, in an accident, because part of the reason why I'm kind of riding around also is because I know going back, there's an accident on the other side of the highway. Yeah. So those usually take time to clear up, and if there's any kind of fatality, they used to shut it down. Fatality accidents, yeah, that was an automatic shutdown of the highway. Yeah. So they've really built it up out here. It's looking pretty nice indeed. You can still see, some of the old stuff is still here. But, the new stuff is like, the apartments, mainly the apartments. It's more home living stuff. Okay? So, and as you can see, they're widening the roads because, back when I was living here, it wasn't wide enough. And they was building wider roads. It was like 1-lane road. Then it became a 2-lane road. Then it became a 3-lane road. Right now they need super highways. They need super duper highways. Okay, so that's part of the logistics. Is now, they're widening out the roads. That's going to be more of a delay. How are they going to, how are they going to become successful in being a homestead? Very difficult, very difficult. When I was out here, a lot of this area used to still have, ranches on there with cows and horses, right? It's very rare that you even see a horse nowadays. Much less a cow. Alright? You probably have to go all the way to Forney or Terrell or something to even see a horse or a cow. So, yeah. Now, another thing that I wanted to talk about, I I think I'll put that on a new feed, because one of the things that I wanted to talk about. Okay, here's TA. I'm gonna go in here and go to the restroom. It's like the more I slow down, the more these motherfuckers speed up. Thank you. Is this TA here? Yeah, it is. But, hold on.